Good evening, Recon crew. I'm Frost. Welcome to Warwatch Intel. Well, today we have two huge announcements, and we're doing a live tracking show. One of our announcements is National Pumpkin Cheesecake Day, just in case you didn't know. And October 21st, we grab a fork and get ready to have a slice of heaven as we celebrate National Pumpkin Cheesecake Day. And also, to note, today is also Back to the Future Day. Welcome in. I hope everyone's doing well this fine Tuesday evening, depending on where you're from. Yeah, some people in chat love some pumpkin cheesecake. Okay, so I'll just skip right to it. I ripped off the Band-Aid earlier, about 20, 30 minutes earlier. I was going to make an announcement, and I was going to him and Han talk about it, but I just ripped off the Band-Aid, and let me go big screen here. And holy smokes, I have gotten, in the last 3 weeks to a month, not even sure, time just flies, right? I've gotten so many dang emails of, where did Warwatch go? I miss Warwatch. I miss the branding. I miss the theme. The community never went anywhere, right? But I miss the vibe. Bring back Warwatch Intel. Or when I go live over on the TT platform, people are like, who are you? What happened to Frost? Where's Warwatch Intel? Well, I heard you loud and clear, folks. I am here for the community. We are here for the community. So we hear you loud and clear. I hear you loud and clear. We are Warwatch Intel. No more name changes. No more adventuring into the unknown. We still will. But this doesn't change a whole lot. But the name is back. I love the name. It's hard to go back to anything else. So real talk, after the Kirk incident, right? Man, that was really tough. I wanted to scoot away from it, but it kept me here. I missed Warwatch, even in name, even in spirit. I missed it a ton. I've been here with you. I've made sure that in the month of October that I've spent time in chat, making videos, making short videos, being live and being present with all of you, which something I was not great at for the last few months. I had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life. Things that we do here kind of get heavy, so I'm going to be mindful of that, as we all should, right? But we are back. We are Warwatch Intel. I'm Frost. So let's get right back into it. Let's see here. And then I'll catch up in chat. So in the background, we're listening to an SDR, U20. Let me turn off my heater. It's warm in here. We are listening to an SDR in Europe and also an SDR we were listening to an SDR in Montana. We'll get that going again. I also have the stream going up in the background here. That will be back up live, the 24-hour stream. Anyways, let's look around in the skies. Let's scan the radio. And let's chit-chat and have a good night. Let me catch up in chat here. During my presentation, I didn't see what was going on. Tim Harkness says, make sure you hit that like button, everyone. Thank you so much, Tim, and welcome in. I got Swiller in here. Fred. Let's see here. Welcome in. Real quick, talking about Swiller. Swiller has some exciting things. Swiller's going to be joining us like usual here on Warwatch, but Swiller also has some very exciting things coming up for you all. I am so excited to share it. I'll let him announce more of that. But Swiller and his awesome brain and a vast amount of knowledge and enthusiasm, and such an awesome dude. He has a lot coming for you as well. Anyways, let's see. Jeff Stout, Fried Potatoes, Angelo's here, Hogged Out 82, Amy's here. Let's see here. Fat Scout Gaming and Voice Acting, welcome in. Sorry if I missed your name. I'm just scrolling through here. Eric Smoove is here. Tim Harkness, Tinfoil Hat Tuesday, or Tinfoil Tuesday. Love that. Absolutely love that name. Mr. Turpin, 52, sunglasses, question mark. Sunglasses was a original thing that we started here on War Watch. No matter the time of day, we had our sunglasses on. Not just because it looks cool, not just because it's fun on camera. These studio lights give me migraines pretty quickly. So I generally wear sunglasses. Plus, I like the look, right? Kiki says, we're back. We're back, baby. War Watch is back. Austin says, I support that decision. Hey, thank you so much, Austin. Fried Potato says, we missed you. Amy asked, states, I hope things are better in your personal life. Hey, things are much better. Things got kind of crazy with family stuff, work stuff, all of that. Everything's looking great. I'm glad to be back. What does this mean for the Intel Shift page? That is just getting launched by Swiller, and he has a lot planned. Think of this as the broad strokes general news page. We're going to do things like tracking. We're going to do stuff like that, and bring you live breaking news. And Swiller, like I said, will still be up here as well. But as if these are the broad strokes, the headlines, the stories, Swiller is going to bring you the details when it comes to aircraft details. And that's not even it. There's so much going on that Swiller can inform you on. As I can get into like the nerdy stuff about radios and electronics, Swiller is going to get you up to date and informed on aviation, what kind of like aircraft uses what munition and stuff like that. I think he has a poll question up. Let me just check on that right now. He had a poll question up on what to cover first. I think one of them was like, how does our nuclear triad system work? I think that would be really interesting. So if this was the news channel, the Swiller's page would be, Swiller's content would be more probably in depth. Both can coexist. Both are amazing, and I wish him luck. He's going to do great on that channel. But like I said, Swiller's still going to be hanging out with us as well. All right. Frost, tell them about the poll on... You got it. We were just talking about that. Let me put that on screen. Swiller, if you can link that in chat, people can go there right after and hit that poll so we can have a great turnout on that poll question as well. Let me just pull that up really quick here. Sorry, I've got so many windows open. Let's see here. So, poll question. It's under a post on Intel Shift. What would you like the first deep dive video to be on Intel Shift? The answers were E4B, E6B, and the replacements. NORAD, how it works. The new and future USAF capabilities. And the fourth was our nuclear triad. No matter what, Swirler will be bringing you top-notch content, I can tell you that. Kelly Reed, welcome in. Kiki asks, is Velma still with us? Yes, Velma is still with us. For right now, she's been doing a great job for us. Amy says, you guys are working. You guys are hard working guys. Please keep it up. Hey, we do it for you and do it for the community. Thank you so much. Tim, following up on breaking news. Yeah, so I'll leave that up to Swiller to decide. But this will be the breaking news channel for sure. Tim Harkness, like the rest of the story, exactly. Like broad strokes, focused intent, kind of. Lamb Chop, welcome in. All right. Right now, north of me, north of Wyoming, we have an E6 that took off from Oklahoma. It's currently tracking northeast. We have quite a few tankers in the sky right now. We also have Gordo 15 and E4. Not pulling up tracking. Is he still on the ground? No, can't. Yeah. Gordo 15 is currently on the ground right here. Kelly Reed, keep your eyes peeled for a Skymaster event maybe soon. Yeah, I saw some posts on X about that today. Yeah, we might be hearing Skymaster. And this is my personal opinion. Skymasters, I believe, are training exercises. That's how some people are able to, not myself, that's how some people are able to predict them coming up with very good accuracy. So in my mind, Skymasters are exercises, at least for right now. We haven't heard Sky King in a long time, so don't get those confused. But Skymaster will have a whole bunch of them happening sometimes. So good information. Thank you so much, Kelly Reed. So if you hear Skymaster and you have a whole bunch of EIMs coming in Skymaster, don't panic. Even though some other channels might say that is the end of the world and nukes are in the air flying, that most likely is not the case, at least for that Skymaster. We also have another E6 over here, North Carolina by Virginia Beach. That one is currently doing tracks over here east-west, just west of Virginia Beach. If they continue to stay up, we will get an SDR, a remote SDR over there up. I have a hard time, depending on the space weather and signal propagation, getting signals this far east sometimes if they're not broadcasted very loud. We have a few P8s, Florida and Georgia, some just off the coast here. Tell me what you're all tracking. What are you listening to? What are you up to? What are you up to tonight? Fried Potatoes gifted 5 memberships. We have 5 new Recon Elite crew members here. Thanks to Fried Potatoes. Thank you so much. Let's note that we do have 2 tankers cooking out of Washington State, heading northeast. Are they going to take the long haul over to Europe or the Middle East? Not sure. We'll keep an eye on them as well. Thank you so much for the gifted subs. Super appreciate that. We can do some AI music in the background. You tell me what you want. You just want to hear me drone on? You want AI music in the background? We have our options while we're waiting for Skymasters, EAMs come in, all that fun stuff. Before we change our filters, actually, I don't see any U.S. military flights of this filter anywhere else around the world. We have a drone out of, what was it, Greece? Skies are kind of quiet in the Middle East right now. We'll also recap some of the news here in just a second. Let's just scan the skies and see what's out there. Chili Dog became a sponsor. Thank you to Fried Potatoes. Again, Fried Potatoes, what a legend. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for your support. It goes a long ways. Fried Potatoes, you just took it right out of my brain. Fried Potatoes says, let's go old school. What did everyone have for dinner? I had a bowl of oatmeal and some white sharp cheddar cheese and some Crystal Light. Not much of a dinner tonight, but I'm not that hungry. Kind of had a big lunch. Let me pull up something real quick here, and we'll get to the news. Jeff Stout, another legend, sent 5 Warwatch Intel gift memberships. So that's a total of 10 Recon crew members coming in. Thank you so much, Jeff Stout. You are a legend. A tip of the cap to you. Thank you so much for being here. You've been here for a long time. I super appreciate it. Also, oh, we were getting some traffic on El Twente there. This is a shared channel sometimes, so we get stuff from all over. Let me check here. You can also go in here and show off sometimes like how long you've been here in chat as a Recon crew member. So if you want to, blast some of those off tonight while you're telling us what you had for dinner. Yours has got to be better than mine tonight. Jeff Stout, it's how I got started here. Hey, thanks, Jeff. Super appreciate that. Grandma V says, thank you so much for my gift membership, Fried Potatoes. I really appreciate it. Hey, Grandma V, we welcome you in. Welcome to Warwatch Intel. I've seen you in chat before. Love to have you here. Thank you so much. Lamb chops had cheese curds. Jeff is my favorite, says Fried Potatoes. All right, Tim Harkness, air fryer steak and baked potatoes. Oh my gosh. This is just me. Put some Bush's baked beans with that, and you got yourself a full meal. That sounds freaking fantastic there, Tim. Dave Blake had Pizza Hut. Jeff Stout, fried taco pizza. Oh my, you guys are making me hungry. I'm gonna have to do better tonight. My goodness. Lamb chop is up there taking a page out of my book and having cheese curds. Yeah, I just had like a couple packets of those little cheese squares. Swiller says, I'm having either Taco Bell or Denny's. Not a bad play either way. Don't forget to use the app at Taco Bell. Swiller got me using the app and saving money on Taco Bell. Thank you so much, Swiller. What an awesome gentleman all the way around. Let's see here. All right, let's get to some of the news. ABC News is reporting 2 days ago, Supreme Court to consider whether people who regularly smoke pot can legally own guns. That was reported here on the channel. Actually, all the news that we're going to be going over has been reported on the channel. I don't have usernames tonight. I do apologize. Been switching some stuff up on the back end. So next time we do this, I will shout out who shared this. So again, thank you to all of you who track things in the channel, who help count EAMs, headers, all of that stuff, news. If you don't know how to do that, or if you're interested in that, let me or a moderator know. We'll definitely help you out. All of that stuff is tracked through the channel. Let me make myself a little bit smaller here. There we go. Noel, Back to the Future, Warwatch, Intel. That's exactly what I'm saying. Today is Back to the Future Day. So we have gone back to the future, and we have returned to Warwatch Intel. And this is going to be our home forever. Okay. President Donald Trump's admin asked justices to revive a case against Texas man charged with felony because he allegedly had a pew-pew in his home and acknowledged being a regular pot user. The Justice Department appealed a lower court largely struck down law that bars people who use any illegal drugs from having guns. I don't know. I know federal stuff trumps state laws, and a lot of states allow that now. Not sure how I feel about that one. Dang it, I had a news story here, and now it's been refreshed. So on X, Mossad commentary says the Iron Beam is ready. Israel confirms that the Iron Beam laser air defense system is ready for deployment and will be commissioned by the IDF this quarter, which is a 100 kilowatt laser with a 10 kilometer range. Successful intercepted rockets, motors, and drones. The first system is set to be delivered by the end of 2025. That's amazing. Lamb Chop says not to be in French. I completely agree with you on that one. Lamb Chop, I completely agree. Fred Brown says the devil's lettuce. You're right. Swiller said, weed is not a drug, period, full stop. Tim Harkness, I'm new here too, Frost. Hey, welcome in, Tim. It's good to have you here. Tim's just joking. Tim's been here since the start. Before, I still don't know what I'm doing, but before I even had a clue of what I was doing here. Okay, so if you have kids, grandkids, anything like that, nieces, nephews, and they use a game on their phone, computer, console, Xbox, anything like that, for Roblox, maybe have a conversation. The Attorney General, James Uthemeier, we are issuing criminal subpoenas to Roblox, which has become a breeding ground for predators to gain access to our kids. You know, that I've never let my son on there. I just had a weird feeling about it. I don't know a whole lot about it, but if you have, like I said, kids that are in your family or parents that are close to you with kids, family or not, maybe this is a conversation you should have with them. This Roblox stuff is kind of getting out of control, it sounds like. It sounds like there's a lot of people impersonating kids and going to hang out with other kids. And I think kids shouldn't be online interacting with adults. Yes, I know it's like a parent thing, and yes, who's watching these kids? But in today's modern technology and online and everything's connected, I don't think little kids and adults should be hanging out in the same space. It's just not good. Which leads us to like a national ID thing, right? Which I'm not in favor of either. So that's a tough one. But definitely, if you have kids, like I said, look into that one. I don't have the news story in front of me. Actually, yeah, I do. In a jaw-dropping announcement, border czar Tom Homan unveiled a bold plan to eradicate Mexican drug cartels, significantly increasing Coast Guard patrols along U.S. maritime borders and initiating military operations targeting cartels in 43 countries. Now, what I read today, which has not been confirmed, is that Mexico is part of that. How do you... I don't know. There's a lot of drugs like fentanyl. I mean, oh my God, YouTube's going to absolutely hate us tonight. Sorry, YouTube algorithm. It sounds like we're going to send special forces and or strikes or UAVs and such into Mexico to take out these cartel members with or without Mexico's consent. Same thing is happening possibly in Colombia and obviously Venezuela. But to add to that, I don't know where it went, but supposedly there are plans in place and people in place ready to go at a moment's notice for Venezuela. So we are going to be keeping a close eye on what's going on there. We have been, and we're going to continue. Also, the Trump admin and military continue to take out narco-terrorist boats, which Colombia says a few of those are theirs, and they were just fishing boats. So we'll see there. Also, a judge overturned something I don't have in front of me that allows the military to continue to go into Portland, Oregon. Depending on how you feel about that, either way, it's definitely going to happen or continuing to happen. Also, San Francisco might be next on the list if it isn't already for National Guard to go into. So let's take a look. Tim Harkness says Colombia is very fearful. The Swiller says send Buff to Mexico. Oh, yeah, that was one of the stories I ran through here today that didn't make it up on my list for some reason, Kiki. Thank you so much. Any opinion on Trump eliminating NASA? Yeah, it was one of the Trump... It wasn't... I mean, everything kind of goes through Trump, right? He is the president. But where did I have that? Let me pull the exact story up here. While I'm looking for that, if you didn't know, when you share EAMs and stuff like that here on this channel, it also goes into our Discord, and it's categorized under Discord. That same stuff is posted over on X, and it attributes whatever user posted that. So if Tim says there was a EAM with a header of blah, 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 that gets posted to our Discord and archived and over on X as well. And like I said, it'll give a shout out to Tim for posting that. So there's that. So here's the story that Kiki was talking about. U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy had a meeting with Republican senators to discuss plans to potentially fold the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, which is established as an independent agency by Congress in 1958. Ars Technica was reporting on that. This exact post was reposted by OSNT Defender over on X. I like a lot of their stuff as well. Personal thoughts, just quick reaction on that. I don't know much of what's going on here. Maybe that allows Elon Musk to enter and take over as a private agency. I mean, him and Trump are better friends now, it sounds like. That's just spitballing there. I'm not sure if that's what's going to happen. Maybe it's cheaper for Elon to go in there and do this rather than have NASA do it as a privately funded agency by Congress. I'm not sure. I personally... I love NASA, love space, all that stuff. So it would be really sad to see NASA go. It really would. I don't know the payment models and methods and all of that, of how the inner workings happen. But NASA's, like the name, the logo, all of that, and what they've done, is huge. So can't undermine that at all. Austin, it makes sense for NASA to be rolled into DOT, make space tourism easier to start. That's a good idea. There was another thing. I didn't have time to check into this. It sounded like there was going to be another nationwide presidential alert. I'll have to get back to that story. That's over on our X account. Endgame WW3 over on X also reposted a story that was really interesting. Somehow that didn't make it up on my feed. I kind of messed up my news prep this evening. But Chinese fighters dropped flares near a Australian P-8 in an unsafe and unprofessional interaction over the South China Sea. This has been done before. This happens out in international waters. But things like this and actions are really unsafe, especially with the tensions going on right now. All it takes is an accident right now, and that could spark a larger conflict at least. Tim Harkness with Space Force and NASA. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe NASA will kind of just roll into Space Force. And Space Force is being moved from Colorado to, what was it, Arkansas? Is that correct? Tim says they should be together. Don says NASA does a lot more than space travel. Telescopes being a notable example, but science in general, yeah, they do a lot of science projects and things in space and help out in a lot of other areas rather than just space travel, but I agree. Amy says, what is a presidential alert? That's a good question. So at any moment, the National Weather Service, Department of Defense, and as of a few years ago, the president can send out an alert. So if, like when there's bad weather in your area, a tornado or a severe thunderstorm, you can get an alert on your phone. You get the alerts over your radio. Now, if there was a larger warning, maybe an earthquake or a chemical problem, alerts can be sent out, reverse 911s, all that stuff. But through the national systems, through radio, TV, and to cell phones, those can be rolled out. But a presidential alert, Trump could actually use his networks and devices to send out an alert to everybody in the country through TV, radio, and cell phones of whatever message that might be. Hopefully, not just a tweet, but very important. And they did a test of that, I want to say 2-3 years ago. For the most part, it worked. Fred Brown says PU-238 space module. Lamb chop, beam me up, Scotty. What else did we have before we get back to tracking here? Oh yeah, I forgot to also put this up there. The Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, was the backseat passenger of a fighter aircraft just a few days ago. We finally get to see the in-flight footage of him handling that pretty decent, I would say. I'm not sure if anything came back up, but hopefully not. There's been rumors the last few days of him not living up to expectations for the administration. That's hearsay at best right now. I am not sure on any of that, but that's the scuttlebutt for sure. Anyone else have any news that I haven't covered? There's a lot going on in Ukraine right now. Definitely tensions there. I haven't been watching Israel as much. I've really been watching what's been going on in Venezuela, Colombia, and the border of Mexico. Swiller says, dang, no accidental ejection. Kind of looks like Top Gun there. He's got his aviators on. He honestly looks like Tom Cruise going through the mountains in Top Gun 2. I'll have to put those side by side. Biggest news currently, Harry keeps on getting dumped on. Thank you, Jack. Let's pull up the tracking again. Oh, I just got rid of it. 1 second. While I'm doing this, give me a big W in chat if you are excited to have Warwatch Intel back. Let's turn some of these filters back on and check out these E6s. See what's going on. We'll also light up some C30Js. Head back over to the States. We got a tanker RCH 013 over Hawaii. We also have another K35R refueler tanker south of South Alaska. We have one over the coast west of San Diego, heading southwest from Conus. Still, we have an E6 doing racetrack laps over here on the east side. Sorry, I'm kind of scooting around right now. 2 tankers, Indy 81 and an unknown heading west together with unknown party members. And then just heading into North Dakota, we have an E6 at 25,000 feet, cooking at 453 miles per hour, heading southeast currently, that left Oklahoma a few hours ago. Fried, what'd you do now? Kiki says, Maverick, how do I start an F-16? Oh my gosh. Can I play that video here? Who has heard how do I start and then insert military vehicle here? Who has heard those songs? I freaking love them. I mean, I feel like I could start an F-16 if I needed to right now, right? All right, here. Amy says the UK is sending troops to Israel. Kiki W. Amy, WWW. Don W. Dave Blake, Austin W's. Don Fred W. Lamb Chop. Heck yeah, W. Tim, odd messages on HF channels. Thank you so much, Tim. Rammer, Swiller, Fried. Fried had an M. If I turn my head upside down, we get a W, so that counts. Tim W. Fried is confused. Let's see here. They have it on YouTube now. I was wondering if I played that here, if I would get a copyright strike. I don't know. First day back at Warwatch. I'm not sure if I want to get a copyright strike, but after this, and after you check out Swiller's channel, which we'll link in chat at the end here, and go subscribe over there, go listen to how to start an F-16. It's amazing. Ian World, Warwatch, what happened to static shift? So if you joined here during the static shift days that month, oh, we got an EAM here coming in. Bird's Nest. It's got a screeching to it. As he repeats this, that sounded like Bird's Nest to Charlie 4 or Charlie Port. I couldn't hear it. I'm going to try to filter out some of these high-pitched squeals coming from this E6 here. If that's where it's actually coming from. Can you all hear that?
November, Golf, Bravo, Kilo, Foxtrot, November, Alpha, Mike, 3, 7, 5, Hotel, Uniform, Oscar, 4, Sierra, Zulu, Hotel, 4, 4, Lima, Golf, Sierra. This is Birdman out.
Okay, so it sounds like our call sign of the day for ground station is Bird's Nest. They were sending out this EAM. This is our first EAM in the last 1 hour and 53 minutes since the reset at midnight. That was for Charlie 4, Charlie 4th, or Charlie Fort. I couldn't hear it. Tim Harkness has Bird Nest. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I nuked my flight radar on accident. Let me get that back up and going. Let me rewind and talk about, if you joined here during the static shift days, we were static shift for about a month. We were Warwatch for the last 14 months, and we have resumed back to that name because I had a lot of community feedback, which I value 100%. If that was you sending me messages and or emails, I super appreciate it. We have considered that feedback and taken it, and we are known again as Warwatch Intel. And I promise not to be a squirrel, and we will leave it as such. News coming in yet another unprecedented move in the push to prevent unvetted information from leaving the Pentagon, Secretary of Defense, that's wrong, that's Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, and the Department Defense Secretary Steve Feinberg have all directed all personnel under the Department of Defense, with the exception of the Pentagon's Office of Inspector General, to coordinate with the Office of the Assistant Secretary of Defense for all and any engagements, as well as communications with the state elected officials and members of Congress, according to a memo dated October 15th, seen by Breaking Defense. So that follows, I believe, all but OAN, all the news networks, even Fox News, gave back their press passes because Pete Hegseth wanted all news agencies that had a press pass to the Department of Defense and or Pentagon to only repeat the press releases given by the Pentagon. They didn't want anyone doing their own independent research. They didn't want anyone to say anything that they weren't supposed to, as long as they held that press pass. People like us, OSN people, content creators, for right now, that's still okay. We can still look into whatever we want. We don't have press passes. I don't have to worry about getting kicked out of the Pentagon or Department of Defense. But, like I said, everyone but OAN gave up their press passes and walked out in solidarity against that move. Tim Harkness, can you explain EAM messages in the future? I would love to. I would love to do a full stream on just EAMs. And also do a short video in case someone comes in, they don't know what an EAM is. We can shoot them that link and give them a quick 60-second update of what an EAM is and catch them up. But I'd love to cover that live as well. One of my favorite subjects. Thank you so much, Tim. Ian Wald. Yay, I'm happy. I really didn't like the other name. Hey, no problem. You know what? That's part of it. I would go to type in static shift almost every day, and I would type in Warwatch. And I really struggled with it as too. So thank you so much for that feedback. The Swiller, I want to press credential. Right now, I'm not sure if you do. You can only repeat exactly the story that they gave you in the way that they wrote it. And there's no changing the press release. You're only refeeding what the Department of Defense has put out at this moment for only press pass holders. Kiki, it was worth a try. The Sweller says not for the Pentagon, just a press credential in general. Oh yeah, no, what we can get Warwatch press credentials going pretty easy. Outside Agent, good job making it sound better. Hey, thank you so much. I just turned up the volume there on U20. So on the 24/7 stream, we listen to EAMs using a radio or radios on my actual desk. But tonight, just for simplicity, we are listening to U20, which anybody can listen to. We'll do another one of those streams of how to do this for free, how to do this, and how to listen at home, even when you're not on the channel. I mean, the easiest thing, obviously, is to log into Warwatch over on YouTube, our 24/7 stream, little shout out there, and listen to EAMs there. But I'm going to show you one of these nights how to do that yourself and how all this radio business and fun stuff works, because I can get into a deep rabbit hole with all of that. Don says you only need one reporter if you can only print what they say. N Korea style news. Yeah, there was a lot of pushback on that, to be honest with you, in the news. And Swiller's given me the signals, baseball signals. Like, share, and sub. Hey, I'm really bad about it, and Swiller does an amazing job. If Swiller was in here right now, he would say, hey, everyone take a second, hit the like button, share the stream, subscribe, do all the things that help our channel out. Because of you, we have made it this far. So thank you so much. And Swiller, thank you for the reminder. I need to take a second myself and like this stream so we can get this going. One of these nights, we're going to talk about the new hype button coming out to YouTube. Angry Mimi, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Super appreciate it. Thank you for your support, and thanks for being here. Every little bit helps. Thank you so much. And welcome. Welcome in. Hope you're having a fantastic night. Welcome to Warwatch Intel. Swiller is also reminding me the bell notification icon. If you click the bell notification, if you're on a computer, and I think if you're on a phone, and you get notified for all, every time we go live, if that's a tracking show like tonight, if we restart the live stream, or if we're going live to you because there's a huge attack going on, say, in like Ukraine or Venezuela, and we're covering it live, you'll want to know. We'll also push that stuff out for the critical alerts on Discord. So turn your notifications on YouTube and sign up for our Discord if you haven't. Link coming in chat right now here. Holy smokes, we got 47 people in here tonight. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Let's take another look real quick. Now, there was 2, unless one lost tracking or maybe went into ghost mode, we had 2 tankers that left Washington State that were heading northeast to destinations unknown, possibly Europe or the Middle East. Just a guess, I'm not sure. But there was 2 here. Now there's showing 1. Tim says, "You're doing great, Frost. Keep going." Hey, I value my time with all of you. This channel has been so great for me, as in when I first started the channel, I couldn't get up here and have a full conversation on the microphone or turn my camera on. Now I really look forward to it, getting on here and hanging out with you and enjoying some of our favorite hobbies of tracking, listening, and chatting and talking about food and all the fun stuff. So I also enjoy keeping everyone up to date, safe, and letting you know that the late breaking news are covering things live. So I appreciate you being here, and thank you again, Tim. Outside agent, could it be possible that T administration wanted the press to give up their passes on purpose? Could be. I mean, right now, possibly. Callie! Callie's in here, everyone. Thank you so much, Callie. Callie just sent a $20 super chat. Welcome back, Warwatch Intel. Hey, Callie. You know what? Tonight, I didn't let anybody know. I just kind of ripped off the Band-Aid. Callie was probably pretty surprised when she saw Warwatch Intel go live. So welcome in, Callie. Glad to have you here. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for the support. And thank you for being a damned good moderator. Thank you so much, Callie. Tim says, "I know, my friend, you're doing great. Thank you so much." Callie says, "Hi, everyone. Been traveling but listening. Hey, have safe travels. Have a great time. Hopefully you're going to a fun or warm destination. It's starting to get pretty cold here in Wyoming. The last few days have been nice, but last week was pretty cold, and we have cold weather coming. So hope you have a great vacation and stay safe. Thanks for being here, and thank you so much for the support and super chat." Fried Potato says, "We're not worthy. Callie's the best." Callie is awesome. Callie's been a mod here for a long time, and she does a fantastic job. Huge shout out to all of our mods as well, making Warwatch possible. This place is so friendly, so inviting, so welcoming, and that's not something that you find on the internet or on YouTube, or especially in this kind of genre of topics of things that we talk about. So we aim to make a difference every single day, and our moderators help that happen. So thank you so much. Dawn has 91-degree weather day. Oh my goodness, Dawn. Callie's headed to the beach. Have fun at the beach, Callie. You deserve it. Well, folks, that's what's in the sky. We heard one EAM come in. While we're talking, I'm just going to get the 24/7 stream up and going. Hopefully, I can multitask here. We'll see. Maybe. Here we go. All right, I'm going to get the 24/7 stream back up and going. Everyone have a super great night. Oh, I got messages coming in. Hold on. It's probably people asking me what the heck is going on. All right. Yeah, people are like, Warwatch is back? Question mark. Anyways, that's it for me. I'm Frost. This is Warwatch Intel, and I'm out of here. We'll see you over on the 24/7 stream. And thank you, everyone, for being here. Warwatch is back, baby.